But okay.
Go run another one back. You know what I'm saying? You got to
I
finish
got a
it.
question for you. I got a question for you.
All right, let's see what we got.
Do you think that toxic masculinity is a thing?
No.
And follow up, do you think toxic femininity is a thing? Okay, go ahead. You say no right off the bat to the masculine.
I'm gonna say no to both because if you have one, because we're dealing with duality and we're dealing with that means that if you have one, you gotta have the other one. If you have yin yang, if you got this side, if men are toxic, that means that women also have toxic femininity, right? But what happens is from even when it first started, the term first started, they was really just talking about these kids, man, just fighting in school and stuff like that. And then a lot of it is spread out. You're gonna tell me that I'm a man and I'm toxic for being a man and being manly. When I was younger, when you had a little boy, you be like, oh, he mannish. You see what I'm saying? Like he's mannish, meaning he's being like a man. We never said that stuff right there was negative because we have an idea of where we're going to take it and how we're going to grow and stuff like that. So when I started seeing a lot of people and they start talking about toxic masculinity, I'm like, but if we're in this equality thing and everything is equal, it should also be toxic femininity.
Right.
But so I'm toxic because I expect certain things. I know how I want things to go. I have plans. I have facts. I follow through with what I'm going to do. And I'm protecting myself and you. I'm providing for everybody, make sure everybody's straight. How could that be toxic?
Well, I wouldn't say that those are the qualities that people would say are toxic. Like,
I mean, somebody gets putting hands on folks. That's really not masculinity.
yeah, that's just a violent
Because
person.
if I had to put my hands on you, that means that I've lost my masculine ways. Now I'm bending to something else. Now I'm acting on a lot of emotions. You know what I'm saying? Not saying that men don't have emotions, but we know that sometimes people can get overly emotional. Instead of them being able to talk because they're at an impasse, they start striking out. They start physically. So when I hear toxic masculinity, I think of when you're taking something to an extreme and you may be abusive, being physically, emotionally, and things like that. That's how I see it.
I mean, that's well, I would think that's some too, but also some of the lack of accountability. And again, I'm leaning more. The more I learn about people, I'm leaning less on the men, women. Men do this, women do that. Black people do this, white people do that. Da, 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 da. I'm leaning more on the person to person thing.
Okay.
You know, okay. But when it was thrown in my face, I put it like that. When it was thrown in my face, it's the lack of accountability stood out the most. It's like, especially when my femininity was being questioned. And I'm also thinking about, not just my experiences, but conversations or observations I'm having with other women and their experience with men who are coming at us like, oh, y'all the ones toxic because this, that, third. Not to say that there are toxic people. We all have some shit we gotta work through and work on, right? But what stood out to me was oh, you did this, you did that, you did this, but I'm not going to own up to I don't tell the truth. I'm not gonna own up to I created these responsibilities, especially when it comes to children, especially when it comes to households, or even agreements, simple things. Like I said, I'm gonna pick you up on Friday at 8. It's now Friday at 9:30. I ain't even text to call you. My phone work. I'm fine. But I just to me, that was a sign of toxic traits. But I do agree with you on I don't think it's toxic masculinity or toxic femininity. I think it's just people not owning up to their own stuff.
Toxic people entity. I always say this thing. You know what? People go do what people go people. That's what they go do. People are going to people. And remember I told you that one time, like 100 women versus accountability. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So a lot of times people throw terms and labels so that they don't have to take accountability for their own mishap. It's always going to be somebody else's fault.